The 11th installment of NFL 100 has arrived. We're putting this video on a little early as I probably won't be able to record this on Friday. You guys might be excited for Madden 22, but EA kind of trolled us today. They put out the little message that EA Play is live now, but then they just took it away about an hour later. And now they're saying we can start our journey tomorrow of Madden 22. I mean, lots of people are freaking out about it, but I'm not that worried. It's not really a big deal to wait one more day. Articles 29 to 31 are coming up here, though. Article 29 is called the first nationally televised title game. Here's a receiver getting ready to catch the ball here. There was actually a description that says, Elroy Crazy Legs Hirsch hauls in a pass. Now here we go with the first nationally televised title game. December 23rd, 1951. The first nationally televised NFL game was broadcast by NBC in 1939, but NBC was still in its infancy back then. It wasn't until the 1950s when Pro Football on TV became popular, reaching critical mass when the Colts defeated the Giants in the 1958 championship game. But the first nationally televised title game was 7 years prior to that. The Dumont Network paid $75,000 for the rights to broadcast the game. Dumont was an early rival to the major networks NBC and CBS, though it didn't have the deep pockets that the other two had. Dumont's popular TV shows included Cavalcade of Stars, hosted by Jackie Gleason, the kids show Captain Video and his Video Rangers, and the Ernie Kovacs Show. Dumont broadcast games during the 1951 regular season on a local or regional basis, but they broadcast the title game coast to coast. The Los Angeles Rams hosted the Cleveland Browns at the Los Angeles Coliseum. It was a rematch of the 1950 title game when the Browns won their fifth consecutive title, their first in the NFL after dominating all 4 seasons of the All-American Football Conference. The game was back and forth, eventually tied at 17 in the fourth quarter. With the Rams on their own 27-yard line, Hall of Fame quarterback Norm Van Brocklin found Hall of Fame receiver Tom Fears at midfield, and Fears raced past 2 defenders to complete a 73-yard touchdown. Final score, Rams 24, Browns 17. The Rams had previously won an NFL title in 1945, their last season in Cleveland, and the St. Louis Rams won Super Bowl 34. But the 1951 championship remains the Rams' only title in their combined 51 seasons in Los Angeles. They had a chance at it against the New England Patriots that one year. Actually, the Super Bowl right before this book was published. We've just got a random picture in the middle of the book here. I'll show it to you. Earl Campbell of the Houston Oilers runs through tacklers in a December 1979 game. Now we've got the first championship game, article number 30. Here's the picture. We've got the ball up for grabs here. First championship game, December 17, 1933. The 1933 season was the first in which the league was divided into 2 divisions, with the intention of pitting the division winners against each other in a championship game. The idea was the brainchild of Boston Redskins owner George Preston Marshall, a brilliant promoter in his day. His fellow owners approved the idea, and so the 1933 season began with 2 divisions. In the West were the Chicago Bears, Chicago Cardinals, Portsmouth, Green Bay, and Cincinnati. The East Division included the Redskins, New York Giants, Brooklyn, Philadelphia, and Pittsburgh. At season's end, the division winners were the Bears and Giants. A crowd of more than 20,000 came to Wrigley Field to see the hometown Bears capture that first championship game, 23-21. The hero of the game was the Bears' legendary Bronco Nagurski, who on this day won the game with his arm. A charter member of the Pro Football Hall of Fame, Nagurski threw a pair of touchdown passes. The bruising fullback from International Falls, Minnesota, was far more famous for his running and blocking. That's what made him a threat as a passer. With a football in his hands, defenses were too concerned that he'd be running at them. Bronco would buck up to the line, and you'd have to come in to meet him as a linebacker, recalled Giants Hall of Famer Mel Hayne in Pro Magazine. Then he'd stand straight up and lob a little pass, We all knew it was coming, but we couldn't afford to concentrate on it because we couldn't afford to give Bronco any running room. Next one's called Congress OK's Single Network TV Deals. And here we've got the iconic Fox Sports NFL pregame/halftime show panel with Kurt Menefee, Terry Bradshaw, the GOAT, the original TB12, Howie Long, Michael Strahan, Tony Gonzalez, who actually recently retired from that panel, and Jimmy Johnson. Pretty legendary group of characters if you ask me myself. If you ask me yourself, I meant to say. Congress OK's Single Network TV Deals, September 30, 1961. After the Baltimore Colts' overtime win against the New York Giants in the 1958 NFL Championship game, the appetite for televised professional football became insatiable. Until then, TV networks worked with individual teams. Eventually, the NFL decided it would be better to pool its rights for all teams, creating an exclusive package. But when the NFL and CBS tried to broker such a deal, a court decision ruled that this strategy violated antitrust laws. Fortunately for the NFL, and really for all interested parties, that decision was overruled by the Sports Broadcasting Act of 1961. President John F. Kennedy signed into law a bill that legalized single-network television contracts by professional sports leagues. Known as the Sports Broadcasting Act, it allowed the NFL to sign big network deals. The Sports Broadcasting Act had ramifications for all major sports, but it had its greatest effect on the NFL. It allowed the league to create packages with a single network, a model that has been incredibly lucrative through the years. Today, of course, the league has deals with multiple networks by dividing the schedule into different packages: AFC, NFC, Monday night, etc. This 1961 decision paved the way. Hope you guys enjoyed. And if you could hit subscribe and hit the like button, because this isn't a one-time thing. It's usually every Friday. We're going to stop once the NFL season starts, but that only makes room for more content, such as Thursday Night Football predictions, possibly 60-second takes, probably 60-second takes. It might be a different format than last year, though. I did not do that much 60-second takes last year. I'll try to change that this year. There's no promises, but I'll try. And then, of course, the usual Madden content. Maybe before the season starts, I'll make a few predictions, like the season predictions, the division winners, the Super Bowl winner, some NFL awards predictions, and, some draft pick orders. I don't know. Like, subscribe, hit the bell. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Have a great rest of your day, and goodbye.